Sup, my beautiful glimmers of hope, it's your boy Starshine83, and I'm here to show you the great secrets of the beyond. That's right, I've been working on this, my wall of conspiracy. You see, I've been looking back at some events from like 100 years ago, and there's been some crazy shit, bros. Like, it's mind-blowing, dude. So, like, long ago, I was looking at, like, in my attic, in my grandfather's attic, and he had like these old notes from like my great grandfather or something. There was this telegraph and this letter and this news clipping, and it was crazy, man. It turned out like I did some research, and there was this lost expedition to Peru or something, and they found like this ancient temple. I found this buried map, and it was radical, man. Like, I started reading about this. There were people there. One of them died. There's this Russian princess who just kind of disappears halfway. Honestly, I don't really know what's happening. But you see, then I followed some names, and specifically the Demir family, because there was this guy, Professor Smith, and there was something revolving around some like trains or whatnot. But that took me to this newspaper article, the bank heist in Ipswich, and that told me, bros, there was some weird stuff going on. So I followed some of the news stories, and eventually I found out that there was like this whole thing involving the Frog Gang and a mysterious crystal located somewhere in like Innsmouth, and there was this creepy drawing and that, and I was like, oh my god, my ancestors must have been crazy, dude. They were onto some shit. And then they found like some papers were stolen, and I couldn't find much, but the arrest records seemed to imply, man, that there was like this thing going on at the apartment, and there was like this some occult shit. But I think that there's more than what they're saying in the papers, man. So anyways, that was in 1923, and the Peru thing was in 1921. But then in 1925, one of the people who helped with the arrest, one Bennett Price, went to New York and was doing research on the Carlisle expedition, because I found a similar telegraph, and then I found all these newspaper clippings and stuff in like my great-grandfather's briefcase, dude. It was weird. I started reading up on all this stuff and making all these connections. Apparently he was on to something about the missing Carlisle expedition of 1919. Yeah, man, it is bananas. But I found out through reading some journals that apparently they didn't go to Egypt, where some strange stuff happened around the same time as the disappearance of the Carlisle expedition. And then there was like, they went to underneath the pyramid and they found this photo, and that's strange, man, right? Because like there's like these 3 points here, like in Africa, one's in Australia, and the other one's is like off the coast of China. And so like there's this line here, and that line syncs up to the eclipse of January 1926. So something is gonna happen in 1926. Now, mind you, whatever happened didn't happen, because like right now it's like what is it? Today's date is at time of recording January the 16th, 2023. So clearly it didn't happen, but that's just weird. So then they go to England. They make like a pit stop in Berlin or something, and maybe I think something in Austria. Couldn't really find much about that, but I did find some cool maps there or whatever. Don't mind that. That's the Antarctic expedition in 1933. I'm doing separate research on that one, right? So anyway, I find like all this stuff about England. I find, all these, other like news clippings of strange events, man. But they all come back to members of the Carlisle expedition. And there's like these letters that like are implying, and old financial statements that imply that the Carlisles might be alive, and that there's like rocket ship parts being sent to Shanghai, China. Dude. What? A rocket in Shanghai? This is crazy. So not only is there like some people like claiming about in both like Berlin and London that they're like, the reincarnation of some pharaoh, dude, but they also seem to imply that there's something being built in Shanghai, and they're all involved. And I think it ties back to this photo right here. Because if they're going to Shanghai, right, then that means they got to be doing something with all three of those things, dude. It's all got to be connected. There's a lot of stuff concerning this guy here. Now, his name's Mr. Christopher Vaz, and I don't really know much about him, but he just keeps kind of popping up in the diary entries I keep reading of, of Miss Clara Manning and, also Toprak Demir. But then I look down here and I find like these old radio records. Like somebody was bootlegging this radio show by this dude apparently. And this is like the only photo apparently we have of him. It's like lost radio program or something. Apparently it only broadcast from like a small station somewhere that's like nondescript, dude. I don't even know how I came into contact with this. I just found this. It was crazy. There was also some other thing happening in Arkham around 1925. I'm not sure. Something about like the Temple of Hope. I know it's called the Temple of Hope. I know there's like something regarding an Indian tribe called the Sikayuks, and just like stuff involving some people trapped beneath it. I don't know, dude. That's just freaking me out, man. It's freaking me out. Blows my mind. But I'm looking back at the whole wall, right? I'm looking at all of this, and what I see is just like all of these things are connected. They all seem to worship a similar god that takes bestial forms and has ties with Egypt, but is also the brother of Mr. Vaz. So what's up with that, dude? What's up with that? Anyway, this has been Starshine Bro number 83. I also got a small announcement though. I've been looking into this Orient Express mystery as well. I don't know much about it, right? But I got one thing I can figure out though. I just won a vacation with Vista Lux. That's right. I'm one of the winners of the competition, my dudes. I'm going to Europe. Yeah. Anyway, until next time, Starshine Bro 83 signing out. Peace.